So yesterday, I wasn't sure if I was watching Major League Baseball or an Ace Ventura movie because there were so many animals going around. We had a cat at Yankee Stadium and then a praying mantis on the head of Victor Robles. Not for just a few moments, for a solid 15 to 20 minutes. That guy was just hanging out on the top of his hat. I thought it was really funny. What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. If this is your first time on the channel, we do this every single day, so don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, as well as use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek if you want to save 20 bucks off minor league tickets or big league tickets if you're going to any games anytime soon. Now, I do want to talk about the Angels calling up Jo Adell just a few days after they called up Reed Detmers, their top pitching prospect, and a few weeks after they called up Brandon Marsh, their number one prospect, apparently over Jo Adell. Jo Adell was hitting .343 with 6 home runs and 5 stolen bases in the month of July, so I'm not sure if the Angels think that they can make the playoffs because they haven't had Anthony Rendon and Mike Trout in almost a month. But hey, maybe they can make a late playoff push. Who knows? It's Mike Trout. He can go off and be the best player in baseball for the last month of the season. We also have to bring up the fact that Gerrit Cole got the you-know-what. It was the worst timing in the world for Yankees fans. But let's go ahead and recap the Angels game because we talked about Jo Adell and Brandon Marsh and all those guys. The Rangers, they won 4-1 after Andy Ibanez. He has been special the last week. He throws out a runner from his bum. This was a really cool web gem. Then Andy scores on a wild pitch later on in the second, and Adam Eaton, he almost overslides, and he has to kind of catch this with 2 hands to ensure that he doesn't drop it. And Dane Dunning, who they acquired in the Lance Lynn trade over the offseason, he was fantastic. Only 1 earned run in 5 innings. Brock Holt, he steals home in the 5th inning. In Texas, they score a few more. They win by a score of 4-1, so they're on a 3-game winning streak. The Angels fall to 5-5 over their last 10 games, even though they were playing pretty well before that. So they really need Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon to get healthy ASAP if they want any chance at making the playoffs, because I believe they're 7, maybe 8 games back of the wild card, and that's their only hope because they just cannot beat the A's. Like I mentioned previously, Gerrit Cole did get the you-know-what, and I said this was the worst timing in the world because it is, and I say that due to the fact that the Orioles spanked the Yankees yesterday, and their offense went completely dormant. So you have Cedric Mullins hitting home run number 18, then Austin Hayes makes it back-to-back. So at this point, I was watching it live. I thought to myself, Andrew Heaney, he has a 1.5 home runs per 9. He's a fly ball pitcher, so this is going to happen often, especially at Yankee Stadium, and I thought he's going to settle down. No, Ryan Mountcastle, also very random side note, I feel like Ryan Mountcastle's name, his first name should be Bartholomew or something like that. In my opinion, Ryan just doesn't do the last name Mountcastle justice, but that's a conversation for a different day. Anyways, Moan Uris goes yard off Andrew Heaney, so that was 4 solo shots in the span of 6 hitters for the Orioles. So all hell was breaking loose, and then Joey Gallo kind of momentarily shifted the momentum with a leaping catch over in left field. That's why Joey Gallo is so valuable. Yes, he's going to strike out a lot, but he's an on-base god, and he plays insane defense in left, center, right, wherever you need him. Jorge Lopez, I'm going to admit it, he was sick yesterday. He throws a 97-mile-per-hour sinker that moves almost like no other sinker I've ever seen before. It was straight out of Harry Potter. It was straight sorcery. So the no-hitter was ended in the 6th inning by Joey Gallo, but Jorge Lopez goes 6 innings, only allows that 1 hit with 4 strikeouts, and then out of nowhere, a cat ran onto the field. I was thinking maybe this would shift the momentum and the season would be saved by this one single moment for the Yankees, but Baltimore ends up with 7 runs, and the Yankees fall to 3 games back of the wild card. They're tied with one other team. Is that other team? The Seattle Mariners. They destroyed the Rays yesterday. You have Kyle Seager driving in the first run of the game, and that starts a 5-run third as Ty France and Jake Fraley, they knock in a few more, and another run was scored off an error from Brandon Lau of the Tampa Bay Rays. Jake Fraley, he is one of my most favorite players to watch in all of baseball. He is so exciting. He doesn't care about getting hurt. He is going to lay out for every single ball that he can. So he does that in the 3rd, and then Ty France drives in another RBI in the 4th. Randy Arozarena goes 420 feet. So I want to ask you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, who do you think is going to win Rookie of the Year? So Randy now has a 121 OPS plus and a 2.6 WAR. Is he going to beat out Casey Myers, Akil Baddoo, Eric Haas, Luis Garcia, Andrew Vaughn, Adolis Garcia? Who's going to win the American League Rookie of the Year? There are so many options. Chris Flexen was pretty good yesterday, 6 strikeouts and just under 7 innings. Ty France drives in his 3rd RBI on this home run in the 7th, and Jared Kelenic drives in Jake Fraley as the Mariners and the Yankees are now tied up for the 3rd spot in the wild card, so they're trying to keep it going and overtake whoever's in second. I think it's the A's. Moving on over to the Jays versus Cleveland, we have big Harold Ramirez driving in an RBI, and it would have been 2, but Randall Grichuk has a pretty good arm over in right field, and he hoses Ahmed Rosario. Mercado makes it a 2-0 lead, and then Harold comes in clutch with his defense in the 4th inning. Eli Morgan, the young prospect, he was dealing yesterday up until Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There's no shame in this. When you're a young pitcher in your first season, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. most oftentimes is going to win. He hits a 2-run shot and then throws the bat, not a bat flip, he chucks it. Eli Morgan still was fantastic. 9 strikeouts in 6 innings. Then you have Randall robbing Miles Straw in the 9th, and then Miles Straw says, all right, you're going to rob me, I'm going to rob you guys, as he takes away a double from Teoscar Hernandez. I'm a big fan of Miles Straw. He covers so much ground in center field. So Ahmed Rosario takes the lead in the 10th, and then J-Ram hits career home run number 150 and drives in his 500th RBI all in the same swing off his former teammate Brad Hand. I tried to warn you Nationals fans, he was horrible, and now I tell this to Blue Jays fans. Brad Hand is the worst pitcher I've ever seen when it matters. When there's no one on base and it's game number 4 of the season, he is going to be elite, but as the season gets older and older and the pressure mounts up, he's gonna suck. The Giants and the Diamondbacks, ooh, they were battling yesterday. So Yastrzemski, he starts it off with a 2-run missile, and then Buster Posey drives in a run after taking a walk with the bases loaded, and that was followed by an Alex Dickerson grand slam. And cue the comeback by the Arizona Diamondbacks, Josh Reddick and Asdrubal Cabrera. They both hit 2-run home runs. Now, I do want to show Chris Bryant at the hot corner making a pretty nice play, going to his backhand and then chucking it across the diamond. Whether he's playing third or left field or center field, his favorite position. I think that he is a fairly good defender. A lot of people say that he's overrated, but I don't think so. Christian Walker, he ties it up in the bottom of the 7th, and we go all the way to extras because no one was scoring. Buster Posey starts a 3-run 10th, and Jarlin Garcia only allows 2 hits in the final 2 innings, and the Giants are now on a 3-game winning streak. Let's move on over to a different division. Let's talk about the NL East. We have to talk about the Phillies, the Nationals, the Marlins, and the Mets because they all played each other yesterday. We have Josiah Gray making his debut for the Nationals after he was included in that trade for Trey Turner and Max Scherzer. He only had 1 mistake pitch, and that was a home run to Odubel Herrera in the 5th inning. So he goes 5 with 1 earned run on 71 pitches, so he could have gone 6 or 7 innings in my opinion. The Philly bullpen was strong. 5 shutout innings. They didn't have a starting pitcher. It was an opener kind of day, and Andrew Stevenson, he ties it up. But then Gene Segura, he scores on a wild pitch, and Yadiel Hernandez, he has been a stud the last few days with walk-off homers, doubles all over the place, and also throwing out Bryce Harper at home. He throws an absolute seed. Now, Ryan Zimmerman momentarily takes the lead for Washington, and again, I want to show the praying mantis clip from Victor Robles. Again, I didn't think that he noticed it, but then he gave the little, we have 2 outs or whatever it was, and that made me laugh pretty hard. Then in the final innings, we have Gene Segura. He was all over the place yesterday. JT Realmuto and Alec Bohm combining to give the Phillies a 7-3 lead, and then Carter Kieboom, he hits a 2-run home run off of Mr. Ian Kennedy, their brand new acquisition. And Kieboom, along with Luis Garcia and Hernandez and a bunch of other young guys, they are going to get a ton of playing time. But Kennedy, he gets the save, and the Phillies are now just 2.5 games back of the Mets because the Mets lost yesterday after Lewis Brinson hits a grand slam. And the craziest thing about that grand slam is it raised his slugging percentage to .418. Christian Yelich has a .367 slugging. So a lot of people are saying the Marlins won the Christian Yelich trade. But it just goes to show you how bad Christian Yelich has been over the last 2 seasons, as well as Cody Bellinger, 2 MVPs playing like regular average Joes. Jesus Luzardo was making his Miami debut. He allowed 3 earned runs. The final one was to Pete Alonso on his 24th home run of the year. Izan Diaz drives in an RBI on a double. Dylan Floro was clutch in the 8th. He escapes a bases loaded jam, and Javier Baez allows another run to score in the 8th on a throwing error. And then Floro comes in clutch in the 9th as well. He completes his 3rd save of the year. The Mets have lost 2 games in a row. That is the worst time in the world to lose 2 games in a row. And then last but not least, the Brewers versus the Pirates. Brian Reynolds, get him out of Pittsburgh, please. I mean, I shouldn't say that because I want Pittsburgh to be good, and he would be one of the main pieces in the Pirates being better, along with Ke'Bryan Hayes. He makes another fantastic grab in center field. And then the Brewers, they come back with some small ball, which is really going to make a lot of people happy in the comment section down below for people saying, we want small ball back. They steal a base, they bunt that guy over, and then they drive in the run on a sacrifice fly. Both starting pitchers were very good yesterday. Bryce Wilson, Wilson, who was acquired in the Richard Rodriguez trade. He goes 5 innings, only allows 1 earned run with 0 strikeouts. Kind of weird, but he got the job done. Eric Lauer goes 5 shutout innings, and then guess who shows up? Eduardo Escobar on an RBI triple. You have Tyrone Taylor driving an RBI on a bases loaded walk in the 6th. Did I just say in the 6th? I meant the 6th, okay? We're not talking about Revenge of the Sith and Anakin turning. Anyways, Eduardo Escobar drives this 3-run shot 421 feet in the 7th, and this team, I'm going to keep on saying it, is downright terrifying. They're now 21 games above 500 with that 3-headed monster in the starting rotation, along with Willy Adames playing like an MVP, and then adding Eduardo Escobar, and Christian Yelich isn't even playing like himself. I mean, God, this team is scary. Anyways, that does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the Angels calling up a few players, as well as Gerrit Cole getting the you-know-what. Do you think that the Yankees are going to fumble? Because the Yankees are actually 10-11 in games that Mr. Cole has started, so maybe it's a good thing he's going to be out for 1 or 2 starts. But that does it. Stay safe and enjoy this day in MLB history.